man that was sitting next to her was her husband. But she got very upset with me when I said the lady with the gray hair. She, I guess, took offense at the fact that her hair was completely gray, which I think is very beautiful. And what I was telling my friends about it, when I found out that she had gotten disturbed and upset, I said, well, I could have told her the lady with the hoary head, because in the Bible, hoary head means silver. And so when God speaks to us, we need to realize the enemy will try to pick something out in what is spoken to us that will offend us. It'll try to get us off target. Now let me explain to you what happened. 2 weeks after she got this prophetic word, her husband died of myeloma cancer, and they didn't know he had it. And I didn't know that was her husband seated next to her, so she was also offended that I prophesied to her and not to him. But here's what happened. After her husband died, she picked up the tape and she transcribed it. And there was like 15 pages to the prophetic word. And she then wrote me a letter. How many of you remember the old school of fountain pens that have that beautiful blue coloring? Well, she wrote me a note. It was about 5 pages in length. And she said, I must apologize to you, because if I had not had this prophetic word that you had spoken over my life, I would have never made it through this incredible valley that I've gone through. Everything that you spoke in that prophetic word was exactly on point and accurate about my husband and me. She said, as you begin to speak this prophetic word over my life, you said, I see a vault door. And the vault door is like a vault door in a bank. And it was shut tight, and the round thing that you wheel tight that causes you to not be able to open the door again. She said, I could hear the air coming out of the vault door, and I heard the wheel being shut tight. And she said that was part of your prophetic word to me. And she said, what I didn't realize is that vault door represented my husband. And it represented the fact that I would never see him again. And that as those door was being shut and God was closing that chapter of my life, he then began to speak through your prophetic word about the direction he was going to take my life. And I began to see then, after the 3rd page of this prophetic word and this word that she wrote to me, tears began to drop on the paper, and it began to bleed that fountain pen ink. And all of a sudden I could see in my heart toward her and my prayer toward her the life and the joy that God intended for her life to have, instead of grief and trauma. And so that prophetic word, as she said, if I hadn't got that prophetic word, I think I would have lost my mind. I don't think I could have made it. And so what we don't understand, perhaps, is the future interpretation of the prophetic word as it comes over our life. And many times it's about vital areas like this, right? So for her, setting the vision and interpreting her prophetic word had to do with how her life was going to radically change and how her husband was a part of that change. Now, how many of you have had some things that have happened in your life that have been what I call suddenlies? You've ever had something happen to you that was supernatural and a suddenly, and God began to use that inside of your life in order for you to begin to follow his divine direction, right? So setting the vision had to do with understanding God's picture and his purpose for your life that was getting ready to change. How many of you like change? I know there's several of you raised your hand, but are you really sure you like change? Because not all changes feels good. Very true. And like I've said, it's you like change if you could be the one that's making the change, right? Right. And so change has all kinds of elements to it. It can have joy, it can have sorrow, it can have laughter, it can have finances, it can have all kinds of impact in your life. But the truth of the matter is, we need to understand that God is ever the same, but for us, it's always changing. How many of you tonight, let's see, my daughter's not here, but we were needing to stop by Walmart, and the Walmart was 25 minutes away, and she was calculating in her mind, Dad, if we do this, we're just going to drive up right as it's time to start the service. And I said, that'll be all right. We'll get everything going, and everything will start to flow. And she says, and now what are we going to do for dinner? Because we didn't get to have some of that. I'm telling you, you have stocked our refrigerator with the most incredible. She bows her head in humility, but the truth is, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, all kinds of vegetables and fruits and all kinds of wonderful cheeses, and I can't even begin to explain. I got up earlier than Alicia did this morning, so I made, how many of you have ever had a cheese omelet? Okay, well, I made a cheese omelet, and then I took the bacon that you gave us, and I crisped that up, and put some of that on the inside of the omelet as well, and on the outside. And then I took the bananas and the strawberries, and I cut those into a bowl, and so we had a cheese omelet with bacon on the outside of it, and orange juice to drink, and then we had the incredible bananas and strawberries that were fresh. So, what am I trying to say to you? God knows how to bring change in your life, and what she did in preparing the incredible food that's in our refrigerator is not only has it enticed us to eat good food that's fresh, but it was incredible choices. I mean, I'm just thinking about tonight when we go home and what we're gonna snack on inside of that refrigerator. But let me go ahead and then tell you that as we were headed toward Walmart, we ran out of time, and there was nothing around except a McDonald's. And a McDonald's is not the best of food in the world to eat. But I was telling Alicia, I said, you grew up on this, didn't you? Mom and I would always take you to a McDonald's. Yeah, I remember the McDonald's. And of course, both of us know exactly what we're going to order when we get there. But again, I found out as you diet and you go through the die to it diet and God begins to work in your life about losing weight, sometimes it just has to happen as a process, right? It isn't something that is immediate or something that is perfect. It's something that you head toward and you do, and you allow God to work that in your life, and it's a process, one little step at a time. Amen? How many of you know how change to diet or anything else, saving money or working on your marriage or working on trying to get married, I mean, whatever it is that God's doing inside of your life is something that is a process. Say process. Process. Amen. All right. So we're going to set the vision. How many of you, if I could have about 5 people that would stand up and tell me what is the vision, the current vision that God is speaking to you right now in order for you to be able to change and come more in alignment with His plan? Can I have 5 people who would stand up and tell me? Please. All right. We've got 1. Let me get 4 more. There's 2. All right, there's 3. Let me get a man, please. No, that's not all right. We got a man. 4. How about 5? 1 more person. All right, thank you. All right, right here. Tell me what's going on in your life that is setting a new vision.
I think the Lord is just bringing a lot of reconnecting or disconnecting from people and things that previously were for a season that aren't for
Yes.
a season.
Yes.
And so it's just kind of a really uncomfortable time of
It is
figuring
uncomfortable
out,
when that happens.
yes, figuring out what I'm called to,
Yes.
not just what I've been doing, you know,
Yes.
but to be disconnected so that I'm free to be connected.
Amen.
Where I'm supposed
A
to be.
new vision for the future of her life. All right, the gentleman back at the back with the blue, nice blue shirt there.
Recently I've been teaching more in the church, part of Bible study.
Wonderful.
I've taken on the men's group at our church, and me and my wife are starting a 40-week deal based on the
Yes.
love dare.
Wonderful.
Because, you know, we have some struggles in our marriage.
Well, nobody has struggled in marriage, do you? I mean, nobody ever struggles in being married.
But that's kind of vision God's got me going on right
Okay, that's excellent. That's three things. Thank you. All right, this lady here with the beautiful necklace that is a menorah.
Burning bush menorah.
Burning bush menorah. Okay, go ahead.
Well, a few things. One is, kind of like you said, is allowing Holy Spirit to
Yes.
live through me more
All right.
and be in charge.
That is a vital change and not an easy one.
Right, and even in that area of health,
Yes.
And-
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
and then also lots of new connections and just new
Yes.
changes, lots of changes.
Yes, I understand, and I understand about new connections.
Yeah.
Divine
Divine
connections
connections.
is what I call them.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Thank you. All right, my brother over here with the incredible lion. Is that a tiger or a lion?
Tiger.
It's a tiger. All right. Y'all wouldn't believe it, but in my house there in Florida, we live in a forest. In our backyard was a panther. About 9 o'clock at night, crouched down, eating chicken bones out of our garbage. So, anyway, go ahead and tell me your story.
My story would be that God has saved my life twice,
Wow.
and
Physically saved it?
yes,
I see. From danger and death.
every time I have nightmares, sometimes I forget to breathe sometimes,
Oh, wow.
and also another time, God was also telling me, well, you shouldn't drink so many sodas at one time. Well, he's keeping me at bay on that.
Okay. How many of you have ever had to make a change like that? Drinking less sodas. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Thank you. All right. I'll get right to you. The lady that's standing up with the black top.
God has taken and gave me lots of hope this season. Last year, 2 years ago, I was going to marry Ricky, but we didn't get along. But this year, we have blossomed. We're getting married next year on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I've been going more involved in church and everything else. I pray, I go to Bible study, I worship, I
Good.
take and talk to other ladies that are struggling, and I pray on them saying, Lord, this is what's going to happen in your life.
Sure.
Write your visions down. Take it and pray with God, being blessed that I have the man that I spend the rest of my life with, and I have a good family and good friends that are supporting me through my pre-marriage stuff, and I can't wait until next year till I become Mrs. Ross for the very first time.
All right.
My whole life to do it.
Great. Well, I remember seeing this handsome gentleman with the yellow sweatshirt there, but I never did see a girl around you too much. So something's been changing in your life for sure.
Oh, yeah. A lot has changed.
All right.
We've taken communicate better. We've taken talk on the phone. We say Bible verses every day. We
Good.
communicate better.
There you go.
We love each other. We're spending lots of time together, getting to know each other better. We have
Sure.
our ups and downs, but this past year has been a blessing.
Yes.
All of us.
Well, of course, I understand all of that. Being married myself, and I was just talking to my wife on the phone before we got here, and she's such a blessing and an encouragement to me, and will speak several different, like we were driving back from the McDonald's all the way here, and she had about 5 things she said. Now, Bill, you need to look at this and look at this and realize this and understand this is going to happen. And so she prophesies, but it's me that she prophesies to. And so I certainly appreciate all of that. And thank you for your testimony. All right, this gentleman here, I'll get right with you, sir.
All right.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
And I did, and I used to live at home with the boarding home.
Yes.
And this one, and I moved up here, and Linda picked me up at a gas station.
Yes.
And since then, and I saw her mom, and I saw Greg's dad, and they've been
And
in
you
my
like
life
that?
all this time, and I'm proud of that.
Yes.
And it changed my life. And Eric Platt, and that's Claire Dad's son, and he just got me on.
Yes.
What it was? Marina juice. My
Well,
brother.
good.
And they've been letting me go to the bathroom and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I go to my dentist almost every year. And I did my dentist on he filled this tooth in. I had a cavity. And I did, and I didn't drink no soda, no sugar or nothing anymore.
All right now. Making some changes in your life. Yeah. So glad to hear that. That's really neat. And this gentleman back here with the blue coat.
I thank the Lord for putting food on my table, saving me.
Amen.
I just thank Him for everything. In Jesus'
Amen.
name.
I was actually thinking of some things like that myself. We were praying over our food tonight, even though it was McDonald's, and I said, Lord, thank you for the money to go through the drive-thru to buy a McDonald's. And so God was blessing my heart, and I was very thankful for it. All right, so I would like for you to stop. We're going to continue with the PowerPoint presentation, but I'd like for you to stop and talk to your neighbor that is next to you, and I'd like for you to give them 2 or 3 things that you're really thankful about.
Try your hardest to help me, no matter how stubborn I can be. And I'm thankful for just having my family for all this time. Just they've been with me through so much, through thick and thin. And
So, Pastor Craig, the monitor or the computer that you have right there is one whole unit.